digital operation. Yeah. She's had 24 hours to stand this up. She is all over TikTok. Yeah. She has turned things that seemed cringy into making her seem cool. Like, this feels Obama-level energy, and Trump world's not ready for it.
I love her energy.
That's the Harpies on The View trying to fool their audience into supporting Kamala Harris the way a mother tries to trick her children into eating vegetables or studying for school. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and boy oh boy are pretend journalists and Democrats falling in line with their new marching orders now that they've successfully got Joe Biden to step down. And it all started with propaganda outlets like CNN and The View praising the impressive social media astroturfing of Harris's terrible image.
There's something happening that's hard to quantify because what's happening on TikTok right now is extraordinary. All of the things that were cringy about Kamala, her laugh, the coconut tree comment, being unburdened by like all those weird things she said. She's gone from cringe to cool in 24 hours as a whole generation has taken all that content and remixed it in all these incredible TikTok videos. So
just like the attempt to make a geriatric Jewish woman who falls asleep on the job seem cool, the social media blitz isn't about Gen Z, it's about tricking middle-aged liberal women into thinking they're part of the in crowd if they vote for Kamala Harris. Because apparently that's the only thing that seems to motivate them. I mean, just look at some of these ridiculous things they're tweeting. But there are some things cringy TikTok edits can't hide, like the fact that Harris was put in charge of the border, did absolutely nothing, and now it's a complete disaster and key issue leading into the 2024 election. Fortunately for Democrats, though, they have the entirety of establishment news media to run cover for them.
"Quote unquote border czar." Vice President Harris was not a border czar.
Meantime, Vice President and border czar Kamala Harris facing some backlash.
What he said about Harris and immigration was not true. She was never appointed border czar.
And this will be her first visit to the U.S.-Mexico border region since she was appointed as the border czar by President Biden.
People are going to have to counter the misinformation. You already hear folks talking about the border czar. She wasn't the border czar.
President Biden tapped Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, to be the border czar.
Now, she wasn't the border czar. That's what Republicans labeled her.
They were very critical of Kamala Harris, especially in her role as border czar.
Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record, calling her a border czar.
Kamala Harris, who was appointed as the border czar.
The Biden team didn't declare her the border czar. They wanted her to work on kind of the root causes of immigration.
There has been so much criticism against Kamala Harris. You know, she was the border czar.
Calling her sort of the border czar, which wasn't necessarily the case.
So the border, if they weren't planning to address it in a major way, do not make her your border czar. She met with some of the Northern Triangle countries, but nothing has effectively changed.
I've asked her, the VP today, because she's the most qualified person to do it, to lead our efforts with Mexico and the Northern Triangle and the countries that help. We're going to need help in stemming the movement of so many folks stemming the migration to our southern border.
Now, it's pretty clear that journalism isn't what it used to be. For example, we have the internet and social media now. So when professional propagandists like the hacks at Axios or PolitiFact ran stories saying that Biden never made Harris border czar, they were immediately called out by dozens and dozens of people with long-term memories greater than 3 years ago. Which honestly, the fact that they did this is enough to make anyone annoyed and unsympathetic to the plight of the journalism industry. Unfortunately though, this just feels like it's the tip of the iceberg. It'll only be a matter of time until they bring out Obama's playbook and try to dismiss every bit of criticism lobbied at her as misogyny or racism. But let me know what you think. Does the media actually think that this stuff will work, or are they just throwing crap at the wall to see what sticks? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!